I hope this works. One more try if it doesn't. I hope, please, 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 please. Hello. All right. Hi, Riker Bill. Can you let me know if you can hear me? Because I've been having a lot. Sound is on. No echo. Ah, yes. All right. This is working. Yes. Everything is perfect. Dan, Riker Bill. Yay! I'm so excited. This was getting embarrassing. Like, it's embarrassing because I can literally take apart the Riker and put it back together again, almost blindfolded. But figuring out how to use my mic, mind blown. Like, it's crazy. All right, we've got a lot to make up for because it's like I've been trying to get live with you guys for, I don't know, a couple weeks now, and I haven't been able to get on because technical difficulties or user error. I'm not quite sure. Probably user error, 100%, but rebooting is always the way to go. When in doubts, unplug it and start again. So that was good advice, whoever gave that to me. So thank you so much. I am so happy you guys came back on and are hanging out. So I had a lot of people on the last chat. So anybody, hopefully they come back. But if not, it'll be a little intimate setting. Brain fail, yes. I get a lot of brain fails. Take your screwdriver to the project. Yeah, it was almost a hammer to the computer at this point. It's frustrating to say the least. So I'm so happy it's working. So thank you guys for sticking with me. It's always fun. You don't know what's going to happen with me, whether it's live and I'm messing it up or I'm doing an install and burn myself or something on something. All right, so let's get started. Good question. Hello, John. Let's say hi to everyone first. Riker Bill, nice to see you. Dan Coomer, always a pleasure. Derek McCoy, how you doing? We've got Keith on here. How are you? And let's see. And also we have John Johnson. Heidi ho. All right, rolling on 3. Yes, I am back. Keith and I had a great conversation. Keith from Rolling on 3. We had a great chat. We have Keith. Give me the okay if I'm allowed to kind of give him a teaser of what of an upcoming live chat that you and I are doing. So I think I just gave the teaser, but let me know if it's okay to talk about it a little bit, get some energy going. But in the meantime, so how you doing, Rev Ventures, Jay Fowler? I know it's nice to hear me. I don't know, maybe it's not. I think some of you might have preferred me to have been like silent and just doing some sign language. I do know a little bit of sign language actually. All right, so yeah, I was talking with Keith and I had a great chat. I think we're on the phone for an hour today, chatting about some upcoming stuff. We have a couple of things we're looking to work on together, but one of them is a live chat that we're gonna do it on his forum, on his live chat, and his YouTube channel, Rolling on 3, because clearly I don't know what I'm doing. This is definitely Keith's forte. It is not mine. I can't even get my microphone to work, and Keith's got all these graphics and people pop in and out and stuff on the screen, and so it's going to be with Keith, but I'll definitely kind of promote it on my channel as well. And it's going to be him and I talking and discussing stuff, and we're going to talk about some funny things that happen in our YouTube channels and videos that we wish we never posted, and things that have kind of didn't go as well as we would have liked in as far as videos go. So it'll be fun when Keith and I get together. It's always fun. His channel is a good time. So hopefully you guys will tune in for that. That won't be until February, but something to look forward to. So thanks for that invite, Keith. I appreciate it. Let's get started with some questions and answers. The first question was, by Derek, who says, "Is a Riker a good commute vehicle?" So I guess it depends on your commute. So if you're commuting in the middle of winter, I'm going to say no. If you're commuting in Florida, probably yes. And it also depends on how far your commute is. If you're commuting and your commute is 45 minutes back and forth to work, sure, why not? If it's a very long commute and bumper to bumper traffic, it's really all about your comfort level. To me, it's definitely a daily driver, a daily rider. Yeah, I mean, the wintertime here, because it's not as hot as it is in the summer, it's still warm, but it's not that hot. I ride my bike every single day. I love it because it takes less gas than my SUV, and it's more efficient than my SUV. So yeah, I ride it all the time. It's definitely a commute. I know people that it's their only ride, and they gear up. If it's cold out, they have cold gear and heated gloves and heated jackets. And if it's raining out, they pack their rain gear. So it's really about your comfort gear. But yeah, why not? You bought it, so ride it. These people that buy it and then they have like, yeah, I've had it for a year. I have 1,000 miles. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You bought it, ride it, love it. So, but it's a good question though. I'm not sure if I answered it very vaguely, but hopefully I answered your question. Let's see. Are there any other questions on here? Rev Ventures got me too. How you doing? Wesley Mixter. You know how I read that originally? I read that as Whiskey Mixer. It's Friday night, yo, so I don't know. Working on the social media promos, yeah. All right, we got our Saskatchewan. I don't know why that makes me giggle every single time. Neil comes on my channel every single time I go live. I swear he puts his name on just to watch me stumble over Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I'm getting really good, Neil. Pat on my back. I'm getting very good at that. So thank you guys for joining me. Rev Venture says, that me, Ron. That's me, Ron. Ron, I don't know. I know a lot of Rons. Is it a Ron that I know? So if Rev Ventures wants to give me a last name of somebody I know, or privately text me if you don't want to use your last name. Wesley says, are there any deals going on with the Halo Eye for the Riker? Yeah, we actually just we have an introductory price. Dan, who's on here, Dan Coomer. I'm gonna add Dan as a moderator. So if Dan answers, you'll be able to see his information on there. Sorry, let me put my phone on mute. So are there any deals going on with the Halo Eye for the Riker? So the Halo Eye on the Riker, I just put the video out yesterday. It is on my Etsy page, so anyone is interested. It is $20 cheaper now than it will be in a month from now. So according to Dan, we do have an introductory price to kind of get the word out there. So it is officially $20 cheaper now than it is later. So, people, I don't know, people tell me that I'm like, yeah, whatever. But according to Dan, the price is going up in 30 days. So it's a great product. And if I could talk about the Riker Halo Eye, and he also makes one for the Spider as well. So if anybody on here has a Spider, it's also my Etsy page. So go check that out, as well as all the good stuff on there. But as far as the Halo Eye and any of the products from Custom Spider Works are really good quality. Someone mentioned today when they were leaving me feedback about it, they said they love how thick it is, that it's not like the actual light strip has some depth to it and it's sturdy. It's not really, because I've seen so many people's lights on their bike, and a lot of times you buy, again, I'm not going to knock a specific brand, but you know who it is. And even Amazon, you can get lights so much cheaper on Amazon than from my Etsy page or getting them from Dan. There's no question about it. Go on Amazon and you can get it there half the price easily, but the quality is just not there. So, and I know because I've seen them, like every third light is out, or the strips are falling off because they're not even using 3M tape, or it's just a bunch of stuff. So you get what you pay for. It's a good quality. It's thick. It's not this paper thin little thing that's kind of flopping in the wind when it, after you've had it on there for a little while. So I am all about, for my bike personally, in my life in general, I think it's always better to buy a product and buy a good quality product. I mean, obviously, you don't want to be taken advantage of, but you buy a good quality product. It might cost a little more up front, but it'll save you money in time in the long run because you're not having to redo it and all that kind of stuff. So, to answer your question, yes, there is a slight discount now versus getting it a month from now. What else do we have? So yeah, on my Etsy page, the Ryker Halo Eye is $120. And oh, Reb Ventures. Okay, hey Ron. Oh, Ron's watching. Yay! Ron is a good friend of mine from Atlanta. I can't believe you jumped on. I'm so excited, Ron. John D says hi again. Hello. If I didn't catch you the first time, John, I'm sorry. Dan says the product comes with a new remote controller that produces a brighter light, more color options. It will never overheat. Yeah, it is. It actually is really cool. Thank you, Dan, for mentioning that. Let's see. CSW lights are double row LED protective waterproof. Yeah. All right. So what else is going on? It is Friday. Does anybody have any good rides coming up for this weekend? I'm asking because I do, because I live in Florida. So I have a big ride tomorrow. I'm going to be, if anyone's watching, I'm going to be in the Malabar area tomorrow, Malabar, Florida. So it's a good, God, I want to say a 3-hour ride each way. So we're going to be hanging out in that area. There's Route 1 Motorsports out there, which is a really cool dealership out there that I've been to, and it overlooks the water. It's kind of a cool little looking place. And so I'm always curious, you guys that have your bikes stored for the winter, do you miss your bike? No. Do you work on your bike at all in the wintertime, or like are you looking for accessories and things to put on your bike during the wintertime, or that's strictly something you do in the summertime? So I'm always kind of curious when to introduce a new product to you, because I'm thinking, these guys have in stores. What do they care about lights and different things on their bike? But then again, some people might look at it like, hey, this is a great opportunity. I can't ride my bike, but I can still kind of mess with it and play with it in a garage with a little space heater. So I'm kind of curious how that works if people are actually doing stuff on their bikes now. I also have, if anyone is in the New Orleans area, the end of this month, more so the beginning of February, I will be in New Orleans for a week. I'm riding my bike out there with a big group, and we're going to spend a week out there. It's going to take us 2 days to ride there, and then we'll spend, I think, 4 days there, and then 2 days to ride back. And I'm just super excited. We're going with the Miami Spider group, and they're just an awesome, awesome group. And it's always fun to hang with them. So let's see. Keith says it's way too cold in Michigan. Yeah. No, Michigan the word Michigan just makes me shiver. I get it. So Dan's still plugging his stuff. It's also good. Yeah, Dan offers a really awesome 3-year warranty, and some people offer a warranty, and it's tough to kind of get replacement parts, and they give you a hard time about it. And I've seen Dan do this, and Dan is really a no-nonsense guy when it comes to his product. So if you have any kind of problem, just send him a picture of the problem, and boom, he sends it out the next day. Like, really, it's almost like no questions asked. He just, verified that there is a problem, and then he sends it out. He's pretty good. He's very good. Neil says he buys products over the winter and then load up the bike in April. That's cool, Neil. So, Neil, what kind of stuff do you have loaded up and ready to go? Let's see. Grew up in okay, so Dan and Keith are having a little side chat, which is good. Dan's the man. He is the man. So I feel like I'm all talked out already. I'm like, so what else is going on? John D, have you been doing a lot of riding? You're in Florida. And let's see. Is Rolling on Three still on? Keith, are you still here? Keith, if you're still here and it's something you want to plug, man, go right ahead. This is I like when I'm on. I mean, if anybody has anything that they're doing that they want to promote, I'm all about self promoting. This is obviously it's my channel and my live chat, but anybody that wants to kind of do a shout out or wants me to mention something that's going on their channel or something that they're working on or they're selling, I'm happy to do it. Spread the love, share the love. We're all in this big Can-Am family together. Um, I think Keith and Keith says one of my favorite routes is around the walled lake. It's beautiful. So John says he rides every day. He's north of me in Florida, and this weather's been awesome here. It's you're gonna laugh, but it's really been a very hot winter. I know. Stop talking, Beth. Stop complaining about how hot your winter is. No one in Michigan and these other places want to hear about it. Certainly, no one in like Pittsburgh Pennsylvania, or anybody wants to hear about how warm it's been here. But it's been a warm, warm winter. I haven't once taken out my winter riding jacket, which usually I do around this time of year. I'm still wearing my Bone Armor mesh riding jacket, 100% mesh with the built-in armor, and that has been totally enough for me to ride in, and actually still a little bit warm to ride. So it's been crazy, crazy, crazy warm here. So John says he's been using his Phobo, which the Phobo, in case you're reading it, you don't know what it is. It's those little tire sensors, and they give you a reading right to your cell phone, and it lets you know if your wheels are low, that the air pressure in your wheels, so tire pressure. So it's very cool, and it sends you an alert if it's low. So I don't know if you guys are like me, but I really don't, I actually, that's not true. I try to check my wheel, my tire pressure often, but you're not checking as much as you should, especially on a bike. You want to make sure, on a car, you get that sensor that comes up, but you don't get that on a bike. So this kind of does it for you. And it's a really cool product. So let's see, rolling on three. What you got going on? So rolling on three has some custom mud flaps. So, and they're actually really cool. We were talking about that today. On your bike, where you have the fender part that comes down, and then you have that little piece that sticks out. It makes different colored ones, and they say Riker, and I believe you can get a custom name on there. I'm not sure, but check with Keith on that. And he's got a lot of stuff going. He's got some cool products coming up. Neil said he's ordered your mud flaps, Keith. Very funny, Dan. Hey, TJ McFly. All right, so Neil's in Canada, so you're not doing much riding right now, I'm guessing. Hello, hello, Red Lips. Who are you talking to there, Keith? Yeah, it's do you think accessories add to the trading value or not? That's a great question, John. Thank you for asking. Uh, So John D asks, do you think accessories add to the value of your bike? I think anyone would tell you that you'll never get back the cost of your accessories. When you're selling your bike, like, unless you're selling it to, to another Riker owner, and maybe they had a 2019 and you're selling them the 2021 Rally, something like that, and they really know the value of the different accessories. Like, if I was looking at a Riker and I had a Corbin seat, I know the value, I know the cost of a Corbin seat. So I'd be like, okay, I get it. I get why he's charging that price. But typically accessories, you really don't get it back. The only thing I think when you have accessories on your bike, what it does for you is, like, if your bike is selling for $10,000 and another bike is selling for $10,000, but you've got all these awesome accessories on your bike, whether they're $5,000 or $1,000 worth of extra accessories, even though you might not get the value for it, but you're definitely going to get the sale quicker than somebody who doesn't have it. So I think when it goes to selling the bike, you really stand out with all the accessories you have. I need to make a video of all my accessories. I think I've lost track of all the accessories I have on my bike. But to have, does anyone have on their motorcycle insurance? I need to look into this, because I think there's something you could add on to your motorcycle insurance, that if your bike, God forbid, was totaled, you could get back the cost of the accessories you put on the bike. So it's like some kind of add-on insurance. And I think it's definitely worth it if it's not cost prohibitive. Because if you've wrecked your bike and you're only going to get the market value for the bike, that's gonna sting, for sure. When will Riker ever come out with an audio system that's compatible with the adjustable windshield that I have installed on my 2021 Riker? So you're talking about the new Adventure windshield? Is that what you're talking about? The big one that has like the two parts on there? I have a feeling, I have that windshield as well, and I need to get my hands on the stereo system to see if it can be worked on there. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious, because right now it has the original small windshield, and I'm not 100% sure you can adjust your windshield with the stereo system on. But where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, I think Can-Am puts the product out and then leaves it to everybody else to figure out how to modify it and make it work. So it won't be long before that's modified, and you can add that to it. Because I agree, I like the bigger windshield as well, and the adjustability factor for sure. So I don't know. That's a great question. Neil, it's 32 degrees. Oh, I literally have my door open. I don't know if you can tell. I have my sliding door open. It's pitch black outside, and my door's open, and this is Florida. Living in the wintertime is amazing. There's no place I'd rather be. Come the summertime, there's no place I would not want to be in Florida. I hate living in Florida in the summertime. It's literally too hot to ride. This is my riding season right now. Come summertime, it is so crazy hot. I just started looking into, there was a helmet someone posted on one of the Facebook pages, and it's a cooling helmet, and it has this kind of fan built in. It's constantly blowing cool air, and it has a small compressor. I emailed them to ask them some information about it, because I'm like, man, this sounds too good to be true. And it says it doesn't freeze your head. I think their ad says it won't cause an ice cream headache. It literally will keep your head 10 degrees cooler than the ambient temperature. So even if it's 100 degrees out and it cools my head down to 90, maybe it's worth it. I'm not sure. I'd love to get my hands on that too and try it out. So Neil says it's called the insurance I was talking about is called total loss insurance in Saskatoon. You get back what you paid. Oh, that's pretty cool. So John D has an insurance that has a $2,000 accessory. That wouldn't cover half of my accessories, but it'd be worth something, I guess. I need to look into that. Some insurance companies never cover. Some insurance companies cover accessories, says Ed's Auto. Oh, that's pretty cool. Rolling on 3. He's got a little plug, which is a good one. He sells on Amazon, he sells um, a logbook to log all your work that you've done on your bike to kind of keep track of everything. You just send me one of those, Keith. I'll hold it right here next time I do a live chat. So send me one. Hey, Can-Am just joined. Hey. I love when Can-Am comes on because you have no idea. I have no idea who it is. I know of quite a few people at Can-Am, but they never ever tell you who you are. They never give me a hint if they're male, if they're female. But it is nice that you're on. So thank you so much for joining. Yes, Happy New Year for sure. Sask Ryder, hello, welcome. So the air conditioning helmet was not an $8,000 helmet, surprisingly, Dan. It was a normal priced helmet, a few $300. Yes, I'm a hothead. I mean, I'm literally I've done so much research on trying to find a way to stay cool while riding in the summertime here. There was someone that developed a bar that goes on your handlebar, and it's connected to some kind of contraption you attach to your bike, and you pour ice in that contraption, ice and a little bit of water, and it's constantly misting ice cold water on you. So I actually looked into that. The guy doesn't make it anymore, but I'm like constantly looking for ways to be able to ride in the summertime, because it's crazy that they have so many great things for cold weather riding. You can buy heated pants, you can buy a heated jacket. Dan has one. I got him that for Christmas, actually. So you can buy a heated vest, heated gloves, heated grips, heated everything. So I don't know if I had a heated helmet, but you can buy things to put in your helmet, like layers to keep your head warmer. So there's so much you can do in the wintertime to ride. We need to come up with some better ways that you can be in full gear and still, like I need a jacket that puffs up and is like an air conditioning unit or something, like puffed with cold air circulating through it. I have other videos. I've done a couple different companies. I think they're called Air Tech. I forgot the name of them now, but they're on my channel. There are other companies that I've tried, and they're vests, and you put these ice packs in them, and it works. It actually does. It keeps you cool for like a good hour in the summertime here. But then after that, you're just riding around with ice packs melted on you. It's like the extra weight, and then that's hot. So there's I haven't been able to find anything, but that's my goal, is to try to either come up with something or find something or something crazy. I wish you guys could talk and it's not just me, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. All right. So we do have Can-Am on here. So if anybody has any questions directly for Can-Am, I know that there's been a lot of people are getting their 2022s. It's very exciting. So I know a lot of people who've gotten them, or they're in the dealerships and they're coming in slowly but surely. People are checking them out and people are picking them up. Somebody just texted me today. Is like, I just got the call that my bike's in and they're making it, and it's exciting. It's really exciting. Let's see. Rolling on 3. It's in the mail, Beth. I don't know if I believe you. I've heard that lie before. But thank you, Keith. Bath on a bike. I don't know what that means, Dan. I'm sure it's not appropriate. Okay. John D says, I use the jacket you reviewed last year. Yeah, you have the the bone armor jacket as well. Like literally, it's I just talked to Kristen yesterday, Kristen from Bone Armor, and I was talking to her about some designs for new jackets. And I'm like her guinea pig with some stuff, because she's like, I know how hot it is where you ride. Check this jacket out. And I mean, because I just don't ride. This is my personal, I'm not here to preach, but my personal belief is if I'm going to ride, the least thing I can do for my family, my son and stuff, is to protect myself when I ride. That's the least I can do. So I'm not in full armor. I'm typically not in armored pants, but I do wear motorcycle shoes, motorcycle jacket, helmet, and gloves. So it was just a godsend to be able to wear a jacket that has armor in it at those points of impact that are like C level 2 rated armor, and still be mesh and let air go through it. 100% mesh. It's the best. Awesome. So Kim says, make sure to shampoo your liners if you get sweating. That's an odd comment. Yeah, they get gross. Yeah. Just in general, washing things that you wear is good advice. In general, you should be washing your motorcycle jackets. You should be washing, just basic hygiene. Um, and yes, Can says 2220 moles are out in the wild. It's fun. It's very fun. I'm curious, Can how are the Riker rallies selling, specifically the white wheels? Because man, those white wheels, I saw them in person, and I actually liked them better in person than I did seeing them on when Can introduced them. But I'm curious, are people buying the white wheels? Are they selling as much as you thought they would? I'm curious how the sales of those are going, or are people paying extra and then swapping out and getting the exact wheels but in black? And also, do you know if those white wheels attract dirt? Because someone asked me that, and I spoke to someone at Can-Am, and they said that, tell me if this is true, that the design, which is like, to me, crazy cool if it is true, that the design of the wheel is meant to displace dirt. So your wheels don't actually get as dirty as you think they would. So I'm kind of curious your thoughts on that. John D says, are dealers allowed to charge ADM? Forgive my ignorance, but what is ADM? I'm trying to guess, but I can't. For life me, I can't think of what ADM means. Aftermarket something. Just put money on 2022 Sport. All right, Quentin, welcome to the family. Almost, that's awesome. Riker Bill, much. Riker Bill said urine sells cooling jackets, and I was about to ask you if you spelled it right. But you corrected yourself and you said Uline sells cooling jackets. I'm gonna write that down. Uline jackets. Literally, I'll pay anything for to be able to ride in the wintertime. Like, I mean, not anything, but you know what I mean. Like, I would love that. I'm gonna look that up. Thank you, Riker Bell. I appreciate it. I'm glad they're not made out of urine. Riker parking only. John says for cooling, check with the companies such as Safari Land that supply gear for LE in the military. They have various cooling systems used by those wearing ballistic vests. All right, Safari Land. These are good tips. Thanks, guys. All right, anything else? I am all ears. Can-Am on road. I'm waiting for the 2022 in New York City so I can ride and review. Yeah, it's I just can't wait to get my hands on the cruise control. That's what I'm dying for. I'm dying to test out the cruise control. The people that buy the 2022 and do not get the cruise control blows my mind. I'm like, why are you getting the 2020? Like, just go get a 2021. You know, like if you're gonna get the 2022, you have to get the cruise control. You're killing us for the people who have been waiting and have these bikes who are begging for cruise control. So do us right and get the cruise control if you're getting the 2022. You can thank me later. You can literally text me and say, God, thank you so much for making me get the cruise control. So Can-Am says, a lot of people have the same reaction as you. Photos don't do them justice. I agree. White whales are way cooler in person. I definitely I agree. When I did my review video on that, that was my first reaction. I was surprised and I actually liked it in person, and especially if you have the white handlebar with it, then you have the white rims, and then you have the white accent. Like if you get panels or wrap or something that has white in it, it just really brings it all together. But I think if you have the white rims, you have to have some kind of white accent on the bike to bring it together. And the white handlebar, I think, is just so cool. I'm wondering if you could order the white handlebar for as an accessory for another bike to kind of swap out the handlebar. I'm sure you could, but I'm curious. Oh, ADM means additional dealer markup. So John D is asking Can-Am if are dealerships allowed to charge an ADM, an additional dealer markup? Are they allowed to charge more than, are they allowed to charge whatever they want, basically? That's a great question, John. So Don Prindle, how you doing? It's 16 degrees in Erie, Pennsylvania. I like literally, I can feel that in my bones. I grew up in Rhode Island, so I grew up in the Northeast. I'm very familiar with those cold, like literally bone chilling temperatures. So I feel you, Don. Can I call you Don? I feel like we're friends. I can, sure. So I used to work at a local dealership, and the owner told us the accessories don't add value, but it does make the bike easier to sell. Oh yeah, exactly, 100%. Kidham said the wheels are an homage to rally cars. Absolutely, designed to protect everything behind, the brakes, discs, springs, etc. Yeah, it's very cool. It's funny because every once in a while I'll see that exact wheel on a car, like on an older car, and I'm like, man, that's like, it's very cool. It is. The concept is great. The white wheels. So Dan's Custom Spoiler Works. Riker Rally Halo Skid is available on Best SE page, made specifically for the 2002 Riker Rally. It accommodates the brush guard and OEM radiator support. Yes, Dan did do that. He got his hands on when making the Halo skid plate for the 2022 models. The 2022 model is slightly different, with the stuff underneath it and the brush guard and stuff up front. So he accommodated and made a specific Halo skid plate for the 2022 Riker Rally. So if you're interested, on my Etsy page is a specific section just for that. So please be aware of that if you're buying the 2022 Riker Rally. Thanks for the reminder, Dan. Jupiter, what's up, Chris? What's up, baby doll? Hello, Don, Belly PA here. That's cool. All right, so does anybody have any other questions for me or for Mr. or Miss Can-Am? I'm going to assume it's a Mr. Only because that's who I typically deal with. So I'm always curious. Can-Am, can you give me a hint who it is? I don't know why I'm like I need to know. So Can-Am is getting ready to Don Prindle. Hey, Dan. All right, Can-Am, what else is going on? Anything new and exciting in the world of spiders or Rikers? We do have spider people on here as well. When will the new push bar become available? I'm a dude. And you're funny, so I don't know. I'm trying to think who you are. Okay. Paul Galloway is, did you ride before getting a Riker? That's a great question. I get asked that a lot. No, not really. I've only had scooters. And although my scooters were powerful enough and it was required to have a license plate, and but I never had an actual motorcycle. My first powerful bike is my Can-Am Ryker. So yeah, that's a great question. People ask me that all the time. So yeah, it's I've always been since I was since I can remember. I've always been fascinated with bikes. I actually got my motorcycle endorsement probably um, almost 18 years ago. I got my motorcycle endorsement maybe 20 years ago, and I was just always fascinated on how to ride. And I love going to motorcycle museums, and I always turn my head when a bike goes by to see what it was like. So I waited till my son was in high school before I decided to get really into it. It was kind of like not that he can live without me, but I figured, okay, he's got his own life, he's doing his own thing, and now it's time for me to do my own thing. So I, I actually, I don't know. I love telling the story that you didn't ask, but I went into sound like a motorcycle. So I went into a motorcycle dealership near my house, and I was really looking for a two-wheel bike. And this is when I had never seen a Riker, a Can-Am Riker on the road. And I saw it in the corner of my eye. This, it was all black and it was just beautiful. And it was sitting in the corner. And I was like, what is that? I said, oh, it's the new Can-Am. I'm like, I got to sit on it. And I sat on it. And I've never been like I just felt like it seems silly and stupid, but like I literally sat on it and knew I was never getting off. Like my search ended. I just loved it. I've never felt so comfortable on a bike. Because for me, only being 5'3", it was important to me. It was very hard to find a two-wheeler that was low enough for me and I could put my feet squarely down. And then the three wheels just made me feel so much safer on the bike. And literally, I was like, that's it, and that's the one that I want, and it's been true love ever since. That's my dorky Can-Am story. Um, so yes, I didn't drop my scooter. I didn't literally drop. All right, so John is asking, when is the cruise control accessory going to be available? So when will be available to who? Because it's really it is not. It is the only accessory. I don't know if you knew this, John, but it's the only accessory they've come out with for in 2022 that is not backwards compatible. So it only works on the 2022 900 models. It will not work on the 600 model 22. Um, it will only work on the 900, rally sport, 900. So it's not going to be an accessory that's available for us, unfortunately. So it's only good for 2022. But I know people that are crazy working on trying to figure out a way to make a proper cruise control for the Can-Am Riker. Some reputable people that I know that I work with who are diligently working on this. I'm not sure if it'll be out for this season or not, because it's not something you want to put out unless it's obviously good and safe. But I don't know if that answers your question, John, or not. And then it says, all right, Beth, Rolling on 3 says, hey, would like to know a lot about you if they watch the Can-Am podcast Rolling on 3. They would know a lot about you if they watch. Yeah, I did do a podcast Rolling on 3. Yeah, I was your second person that you had on your show. All right, Keith's question is always a good one. Keith asks, do Harley riders in Florida snub trikes the way they do in Michigan? Yes, they do. So Harleys used to be. Harleys were always. I was always. I love the sound of a Harley. I think they're beautiful bikes. They make awesome clothing line. They make awesome. Just I used to. I was fascinated. I was always fascinated with Harleys. and until I got my Can-Am Riker, and I started waving to them and saying hi to them, and they would literally go like out of their way not to wave back at me. And then the more I heard about it, the more I heard like in Michigan, like everywhere, like I don't know. So now I'm like so turned off to Harley riders that I would never in a million years buy a Harley. I just wouldn't buy a Harley. I wouldn't support a Harley. I wouldn't buy Harley merchandise. I don't know. I'm so turned off. Like I don't want to ever be part of a club or a group or an organization that is so exclusive that they really exclude anybody else, even if it's we're all in it together. It's all the same air, and I just don't get it. The exclusivity of the Harley people is just it's unnerving to me. I think I'll go out of my like now it's kind of a joke. Like I will beep and wave my hands, and they'll look at me and go like it's just easier just to wave than to like physically say, okay, I'm not going to wave at that person and keep your hand down and look away. I've heard crazy stories. This is like now you got me on my soapbox here. I've heard stories where someone had a Harley. A lot of Harley riders go to Can-Am. It's just, which is funny enough, but a lot of Harleys when they can no longer hold up their 1,000 pound, two not thousand like 2,000 pound bikes, and they end up switching over to getting a three-wheeler, going to Can-Am. So these Harley riders, they have all this expensive clothing and jackets, and I know someone that this happened to. They were riding their Can-Am, I think it was a Spider, and they had on their Harley jacket. This is like it's so disgusting. It's funny. So a guy on a Harley pulls up next to him and yells at him, "Take that jacket off! You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing Harleys. You take that jacket off." It was like insistent on them taking the jacket off, and he's like, "What? I paid for the jacket. I'm not going to throw it away just because I switched." And then I know someone else that was riding, and they were riding near each other, and there was a Harley and a Can-Am Riker, and they kind of were at a stop, at red light. And the Riker person kind of went up, kind of not on top of them, but near them. And the Harley person turned around and said, "Can you please back up and not ride so close to me? I don't want anyone to think we're riding together." I mean, it's like, it like, speechless. It's just horrible. It's terrible. So I don't know what the deal is with Harley people, but it's definitely not someone I want to ride with. I'm not ride with. I do ride with Harley people, and they're great and they're awesome. And so it's not every Harley person. My friend Scott, who's usually on here, I'm not sure if he's still on here. He rides a Harley and he comes on my chats all the time and he supports me and so it's not everybody, but as a rule of thumb, Harley guys are kind of Harley riders are a little bit tough. So now you got me all worked up. Okay. So it says Can-Am's response was they don't have the availability dates on hand. I'm literally on the couch watching Wheel of Fortune. All right, so you're 80 years old. You're a male, Can-Am. That's so funny. Is Jeopardy next? No, you should be watching the Jeopardy's on now, I think. All right, so all right, I know you guys are ahead of me, but let me try to catch up here. Paul Galloway says, "I learned all about the Riker from you after owning a Fat Boy for 14 years." Thank you so much, Paul. I love that. I love that because literally, like, that's the only reason why I started my channel, was just to help people. It was never about anything else. It's kind of morphed into something that's almost bigger than me, um, but I continue to do, and I hope I'm doing everybody right. And yes, I sell stuff now because I'm trying to make a living at this, and the more money I make selling parts and doing things, the more I can add accessories to my bike and do reviews and do everything. So um, I that's the focal point of my channel, is to help people. So thank you so much for saying that. I really really appreciate it. Um, all right, let's see. All right, Dan, what does red lips mean? Is that your name for me? Based on sales volume of previous years, I was told. All right, I think I skipped ahead. All right. Oh, red lips. Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Red lips is someone's name. Red lips Vega, or Vega. I'm gonna assume. Um, how did Can-Am decide what dealerships would receive the 2022 Rikers first? Can-Am's answer was pre-orders have priority. That's a great answer. Yeah. So if the dealerships have pre-orders, they got them. Yeah, that makes good sense. Of course. Um, John D says the 2022 900 is $1,000 cheaper than the Sport. Two, yeah, that's a lot. Chris Jupiter says someone should make a universal. If you have a throttle that twists, you can mount it on any type of bike. Someone should make a universal. If you have a throttle that twists, you can mount on any bike. I'm not sure what you mean, but okay. All right, Rolling on 3 sent me a photo. I love it, Chris. Keith, I'm sorry. That's awesome. Good job. John D, thank you so much. You're awesome. Thank you, John. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Here is so Ed says there is a cruise control kit. It's not easy to put on, just like the hazard one. This is a hazard light switch I just installed on my bike. So, oh, let's see. Hold on one second. Am I? I'm trying to see if you're the same. Are you Ed? Are you the same one I'm talking to? So I'm trying to see if that was. I don't know. I have so many different things that I'm trying to talk to. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of those, cruise controls, things like that, that are hardwired into the bike like that. That's a professional job right there. So Red Lips is a Yamaha driver. Welcome. We welcome everybody here. Unlike Harley, everyone is welcome in Can-Am. John Dis says, I wouldn't want to be a member of any club that would have me as a member. That's great. That's a great quote by Groucho. John, where do you come up with these things? They're so clever. John's quoted Groucho Marx by saying, I wouldn't want to be a member of any club that would have me as a member. I love that. Thank you, Rolling in 3. Beth and Keith coming soon. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun podcast with Rolling on 3. I can't. I'm sorry if I insulted you with the whole 80-year-old comment. You're only 70. Brian K in the house. Brian's from Atlanta. How's the weather in Atlanta, Brian? Tony Mitchell, I have been learning a lot from your videos. I have a helmet question. Yay, I love questions. I have tried a ton on and nothing fits quite right yet. I'm waiting for a Scorpion airlift and a Shoei coming Tuesday. Any ideas? So you're an extra small. All right, my idea for helmet shopping, I'm actually looking for a new helmet as well. Funny you said that. So helmet shopping is kind of like bathing suit shopping. Now, if you're a woman, you understand exactly what I'm saying. Or even a guy, I don't know. But helmet shopping is to me, it's a nightmare because it's literally should be the most important part of whatever you're wearing is protecting your head. So there's so many things to consider. One is comfort, and so you want to make sure when you put it on that it's not too tight, especially in this area, that it's not putting pressure on your head. So you want to make sure it's not too tight. It can't be too loose. So there's like a lot of different things here to factor in. You want to factor in wind noise. That's something that's rated on helmets, because if you get a lot of wind buffering, it's going to cause you to have ear problems and headache and discomfort while you're riding. There's also to factor in the weight of the helmet. That is extremely important to me, the weight of the helmet. I try to get a helmet that is like 3.5 pounds or lighter, because if not, it causes me to have neck fatigue, and then it causes me to have just general fatigue, and I'm tired trying to hold up this 4 or 5 pound helmet. And then you want to then you have to factor in if you're going to be adding in like some speaker pods for listening to music, like a Sino or a Cardo or whatever brand. There's a lot of things to factor in. My advice to you when picking out a helmet, so there's a couple things. If you're adverse to going out to a shop like Cycle Gear. There's a Cycle Gear near you. They're extremely good and they're so helpful. They will measure your head. They will try on 100 different helmets, and they'll make you move your head and see how it fits. Cycle Gear employees are extremely knowledgeable from the ones I've dealt with. So that would be my first thing, is to actually go into a store and try on a bunch of helmets. And this, because there's so many shapes, there's so many, you got to figure it. If you're wearing sunglasses, do sunglasses fit into the helmet? The helmet I wear now, I can't wear sunglasses with it. It's too much pressure. Like, there's so many different things to figure out. It's like buying shoes. It's like it has to be right for you. So you may not like how this is, I don't know, but buy on Amazon. And I think when I first started looking at helmets, I think I bought 10 helmets on Amazon, and then returned 9 of them because they didn't fit right. So just, don't settle on a helmet. Get one that fits you right. And also, when you're buying a helmet, it should be a little bit tight on you, because when you wear a helmet and you're sweating, and is condensation or whatever, you're hot in the summertime, you're going to sweat. And the helmet, the foam liner in there, when it stops absorbing and your heat and everything from your head, it will shrink a little bit, causing it to be a little bit bigger on you. So they always say to buy yourself about a half a size smaller than you normally would, without it being uncomfortably tight. So it should be a little, when in doubt, buy it a little bit tighter versus a little bit looser. So, but you just got to try on. Shoeies, for example, they're like the best helmet out there, in my opinion, and I think other people's opinions as well. But they don't fit me. They just don't fit my head right. I've never found a Shoei that actually fit me correctly. And they're a little bit heavier than other helmets. So there's so many different factors, and it's just crazy. And that's why I don't have a new helmet, because I just continually try on helmets, and and also the color. That is like ridiculous amount of stuff. Hey, Brian, thank you so much for the generous donation. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you. So that was a long-winded answer, but hopefully it helps you. So I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, Jupiter heading to a food truck invasion. Awesome. I love food trucks. Have fun. Let's see, Tony. Riker Parking only says, Tony, for many years' experience, you just need to try on multiple helmets to find the correct fit. Absolutely. I have owned some that were extra large and some that were triple XL. Both are fine. Both fit fine. Yeah, basically, to sum up everything I just said, try on 1,000 helmets and you will find the one that fits you perfectly. But good advice, John. Heather's here. Hi, Heather. How are you? I don't know why my voice went up high like that. Let's see. It's not a crime to unwind with some tea and a local news. All right, Kim, you're still talking about this. You're so funny. Yes, Kim. Hey, look at me. It's Friday night. It's 8 o'clock on a Friday night, and there's no place I'd rather be than with my Can-Am fam. Um, so yeah, I was like, all right, do I get on and let everybody know I have no life but to be on a live chat on Friday night? But I'm like, hey, whoever jumps on, they're in the same boat as me, just relaxing at home, staying healthy. Let's see. Don says we see a lot of YouTubers call Florida as home. Coach Bob, yeah, Coach Bob. His home is Florida as well. I see him a lot. He's a cool dude. And then also Riker chick. There's also a Riker mom. There's a lot of YouTubers out here in Florida. Yeah. So Rolling on 3 says Can-Am and everyone save the day. Oh, February 8th. That works for me. February 8th. Rolling on 3 and Riker rides together at last. Temperature here 50, but we're expecting snow over the weekend. Ooh. You know, the only accident I've ever had in my life was in Atlanta after a snowstorm. Because Atlanta never gets snow. I mean, maybe they'll get like a dusting every winter, but there was an ice storm after a snowstorm, and no one has any idea how to drive in snow in Atlanta or ice because they have zero experience. And 2, they don't have any means of getting rid of the snow or ice because they don't have snow plows and salt vehicles and sand and anybody on hand. So my worst accident I've ever had was my only accident I've ever had was in Georgia after an ice storm. So be safe. But funny enough, if there's a threat of like an inch, Keith, you'll appreciate this, and anybody else that lives up north, if there's like a threat of a flurry in Georgia, everything shuts down, schools, work, everything closes down. And then when they don't get it, like the kids love it. So, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to like in the South to get a little bit of snow. It's also fun. All right. Tony says, yes, it is like bathing suit shopping. I'm keeping my fingers crossed on the ones coming in Tuesday. Yeah, good luck. Let's see. Sask Ryder. When have you ever bought shoes? You're always barefoot. I'm not always barefoot. You know me so well. Why wear shoes? I just don't understand. I live in Florida. That's like, I what's that, Margaritaville? I popped out my flip flop. Yeah, there's no reason for shoes. Yeah. That's funny. But I have heard people wear shoes, and it's annoying to buy shoes. Icon Air Flight fit the best. Super frustrating. I can't find others that fit me better. I know, Heather. Yeah, my favorite fitting helmet is I always pronounce it wrong. Siddiqui or Siddiqui. That helmet fits me great. It's my favorite helmet. I bought it as a 3/4 helmet, and I bought it. It is carbon fiber. That thing, it's like you're not even wearing a helmet, but it's also a big thing when you're buying a helmet. What do you want to wear? A half helmet, a 3/4 helmet, a full helmet, a modular helmet? It's like you go insane. So I've since switched to only wearing a full helmet, and so now I don't wear that. And but it's tough. It's also fun. There's so many beautiful helmets out there. There is a Can-Am ambassador who has a helmet collection, and I have no idea. Maybe Can-Am knows who it is, and you want to put a plug on her. But she has a whole wall of just helmets, and it's so beautiful. It's like it's art. It's just so beautiful that these helmets. You can get all these designs and cartoon characters and superheroes, and I mean, you can get anything you want. You can get it airbrushed and do it yourself. It's so beautiful. I like things like that. Um, so rolling on threes, plugging Can-Am, saying Nolan from Can-Am helmets are the best. I do have a Nolan helmet from Can-Am. It is very, very good. What I love about the Nolan helmet is the vision on the side. You have good peripheral vision with the Nolan helmet, which is important to me. And I also I bought for my Nolan helmet a a comm system. Well, it's not really a comm system because it doesn't work with other people, but it allows me to have music and directions inside the helmet, and it's very streamlined instead of like the big thick Cardo and Cena ones. So it's special for the Nolan, but the helmet is a little bit heavy. I think it comes in at a little less than 5 pounds, or maybe it's like 4 3/4 pounds. So it's a little bit heavy for me. So I'm looking for a slightly lighter helmet, and it didn't accommodate the Cardo AirPods. So that was my problem with it. I don't know if you have, Keith, in yours, do you have Cardo or Cena in yours? I couldn't, the cutout wasn't big enough. I make a Dremel tool and cut it out and make them fit instead of getting a new helmet for that reason. But I'm going on a huge ride in the summer, so I just need to make sure I have all this by the summer. I'm going on a huge ride to South Dakota for the rally out there for Deadwood, South Dakota for the Can-Am rally. So that's going to be 2 weeks. So it's going to take 4 days to get out there, spend another 4 days, and then another maybe another week slow ride home. So, and I'm going with a big group, and when you ride with a group, you want to be able to communicate with each other instead of pointing, I need to go to the bathroom. So it's nice to be able to talk. So I need to find a helmet that will accommodate that. All right. Heather, I don't care how long it took you to get here. As long as you're here, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, Heather says there's 24 of you watching. So let me see, 24 likes, 24 thumbs up. That would be great. Thank you, Heather. I always forget to ask people to give me a thumbs up on these videos. So thank you. Yeah, because the reason why it's important is YouTube checks out all these, stats, and it just bodes well for me if you like the video. Legos are the reason for shoes. Yes, Chuck, you're absolutely right. My son, who's almost 18, God, he was heavy into Legos, up until a few years ago. And yes, yes, there's nothing worse than stepping on the Lego, man. That's. I'm sure there's worse, but it's pretty bad. Um, let's see. Do they have? Heather says, do they have those at Psycho Gear? Haven't been there since I was in Atlanta with Ryker and Denise. Do they have what at Psycho Gear? Are you talking about the Nolan helmets or just helmets in general? So Lewis, because I'm thinking of getting a modular helmet too, which is great because you can kind of lift it up if you want to talk to somebody or take a drink. Because this is me at a stoplight. It's very funny because I always have water with me or Gatorade or something here, especially here in Florida. So my helmet being a full face helmet, it's actually very funny to watch. So I lift my helmet at a stoplight. I'll lift up my visor, and I'll pull my chin down a little bit, and then I try to pour the water in my mouth. It always ends up dripping down my face, but that's me during a stoplight. So a modular helmet, I think, is key to me staying hydrated and not making a mess. But usually modular helmets weigh a little bit more, so I'm always trying to do that balancing act when I'm buying a helmet. It's an investment. They're not cheap. So rolling on 3 Can-Am. I'm waiting for the great video to drop. Let's see. Yes, Cena's great. It's always a big controversy. Which is better, Cena or Cardo? There's I think I don't know. I have a Cardo, but it was actually given to me from a subscriber when I first started. But it was an individual Cardo, so you can't mesh it with other riders. And I thought the quality was very good. But I heard Cena is also very very good. It's where there's really only two major players in that market. You'd think someone else would come out with it, but I know a lot of helmets like Nolan, they have their own specific. But the problem with that is it doesn't mesh with other riders. So unless they also, I guess, have a Nolan, so everyone in your group has a Nolan helmet, then maybe you can mesh together. But um, Heather says, yeah, pointing when you need to be is no bueno. It is not, definitely no bueno. Heather is chief moderator. Heather is definitely chief moderator. Heather's like the queen. She moderates for me. She moderates for Keith. I gotta tell you, when I first, this is funny Heather story. When I jumped on a live chat with Keith and I saw Heather moderating, I was jealous. I thought she was my moderator. I didn't know she was moderating for everybody out there. I was thought, oh, she's so great that she moderates for me. She just jumps on. I never ask her. She just pops on and does all these awesome. She kicks people off and deletes inappropriate comments. And then all of a sudden, she's doing it for Keith. I'm like, I thought you were just mine. I thought you were my special moderator. But I think it's awesome, Heather. I think it's cool. I know moderating for Keith is a lot more fun because he told me today, he gives you all kinds of access to put pictures up and stuff. I would love to have access because I put up very funny pictures, possibly inappropriate at times. But if I was don't let me moderate for you, Keith. Don't give me the access you give Heather because you'll be talking about something and there'll be a picture that's, yeah. You're smart to choose Heather. Chuck has a HJC I90 modular helmet that has a slot in the back for a comm system. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And there's a cutout for the microphone. Oh, that is so cool. But I think it's made for this. I'm going to write that down. That because I like that. I like when it's incorporated in the helmet. So it's not. I like that a lot. So I'm going to write that down as well. HJC I90 modular. I wonder what the weight is on that. I'll look it up. That's cool. Can-Am Nolan helmet has 6 configurations. The Can-Am Nolan helmet you have has 6 configurations. I have the very basic one that has visor up, visor down. That's the extent of my configuration. So not everybody's as cool as you, Keith. Keith, I think Keith has a video coming out sometime soon for Can-Am in regards to about helmets. So I don't know whether, hopefully that video comes out soon to help people on what helmet is the best and why. Carters are waterproof. We always seem to ride in the rain. Very important feature. Yes, that's a great point, Don. And I think Cena is water resistant, if I'm correct. Yeah, I get caught in the rain so much, it's not even funny. I always have rain gear with me, though, so it's not a big deal. I have a Cardo, but I'm looking for the compatible Cena. Yep, me too. Rolling on 3. Beth, we must pressure Can-Am to release our video projects. I know. Yeah, I forgot. I think did Can-Am already check out? Because yeah, I am curious when those videos were going to come out. Yeah, that was a fun project, but it made me what Keith is talking about. Keith and I I think all the ambassadors were asked to film a they had different topics. My topic was how to find people to ride with, and Keith's topic was talking about different helmets. And I had a pretty, a script to memorize and to say, and I had to say, just like it was like really like it was like acting, of which I have no experience, but you had to say the line over and over, lines. It was like a 5 minute conversation, and I had to say it over and over and over again, from like this angle to this angle, and then this angle, and then this angle from this side. I mean, oh, it was like crazy. And by the end of the day, I was like, oh my God, I never want to be an actress. This is like really, it was painful to kind of. So I asked the guy, I'm like, man, this is how do people do this? And they're like, well, a typical actress would have just made $1 million doing what you just did. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's probably a big difference. Then I would do it. Um, let's see what's going on. So yeah, Don says our Nolan helmets have NCOM built in and looks great. I 100% agree. But the NCOM system, thank you, Heather. Yay! I'll always be your first. Did you hear that, Keith? Heather's mine. Thank you, Heather. You made me feel so special. Um, so now you made me lose track. I'm all excited. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we're talking about how the Nolan helmet has its own built-in comm system, but the built-in comm system doesn't mesh with other comm systems. Like it only meshes with another Nolan comm. So that's where I'm at a loss. Everyone I ride with has either the Cena or the Cardo. So, but yes, it's so sleek in the design. It's really awesome. I agree. That's funny, Heather. Chuck, I would love to set up a ride and meet with you. What part of Florida are you in? You have summers off, so it's hard to find me in the summertime riding. I'm gonna look at someone. I mean, I have a bunch of jackets that people recommended, like our cooling jackets. So until I find something, man, the summers here are brutal. I don't know if you've been here summer yet. Woo, is it hot riding? And like I said, I ride in gear. I ride, so I've seen people ride in t-shirt and shorts and no helmet in Florida, and that's how they survive the Florida heat. But I ride in full gear, so we'll see. Maybe we'll ride at one night together. Oh, that's a cool story, Heather, how you got involved with Keith. I like that. So Ed's Auto Accessories says, I use the HJCI 90 as well. I got to check that out. That looks like a really cool modular helmet. It weighs 3.7 pounds. Oh, thanks for looking, Chuck. I appreciate it. That's in my weight range. As long as it's well below 4 pounds, 4 pounds and higher, I gotta tell you, man, it's really just it 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 weighs on you, for lack of a better word. So Bellatorable, am I pronouncing that right? Thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that you like my Riker. Heather says, "Do you have any issues with connecting up with other Cardo headsets? I have issues with my Cena to others. My Cardo is not one that you connect. It's a solo Cardo. It was given to me. It's just I wouldn't have chosen a solo one, but so it doesn't connect to other Cardos. So I don't know. I apologize." Lewis says, remember some helmets are for different head shapes. Yes, they round, oval, absolutely. That's a very good point. I don't know. How do you know what head shape you have? I always thought that was weird. They have like oblong, like, I don't know, head's a head. Like, do I have an oval or round? I mean, I guess if you go to a helmet store, or like a place like Cycle Gear, and they'll tell you what head shape you have, but yes, they have that's included in all the helmets, is what your head shape is. So for me, I don't know what mine is. I think mine's called intermediate oval. I think that is what this is, intermediate oval. But I just try on helmets. I'll try on 100 helmets. I'll try on. You gotta like make a day out of helmet shopping until you find what you like. Rolling on three, cheating on me. Chuck says he's in Wildwood, and I have a cooling jacket and a cooling wrap. I'm thinking about ordering the new Can-Am audio system. Thoughts, yes or no? I heard the audio system in it wasn't an ideal environment because I was and I have a video on it, but it sounded amazing. But I was inside a dealership in a closed-in environment, so I wasn't getting street noise. I didn't have my helmet on. So it's really hard for me to give a super honest review until I get it on my bike and I try it. And but it sounds good. I think it looks good. I think it helps as like wind deflection as well. And it's very basic looking. There's really nothing high tech about it. There's really nothing super fancy. But I think in terms of that, it matches the bike, because the bike is not very flashy and high techy either. So it kind of blends. I like it. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's definitely a I like it better than those big huge. I call them Dolly Parton speakers, that people put on the bikes. Like I prefer a sleeker look than the big speakers, and I don't require it to be so loud. So I like how it looks, but it's kind of hard for me to give a really honest review because I haven't tried it out on the highway yet with my helmet on. So, but I like how it looks. I think it looks like it was always meant to be there, which is why I like Can-Am products versus a lot of the aftermarket products because it's sleek. It's meant it was designed for the bike. Um, let's So what are Chuck, which cooling jacket and cooling wrap do you use? I would love to know what you've used and how it works and how long it works. I know everyone else in the rest of the country is like, I can't believe they're talking about cooling jackets. It's 15 degrees and snowing here. um, let's see. There are Heather says there are face charts. I don't know what I am either. LOL. Round and round. John says the HJC I-90 is the modular helmet. I have the Cardo, the helmet. Is a modular helmet that you have with the Cardo attached to. Oh, that's cool, John. Yeah, you love that helmet. Is that the helmet, John, that a bird's nest made a bird in? I gotta post that picture. That is such a cool picture. Um, John was the one. He was in an accident and he was in the hospital between hospital and rehab for about 4 months. It wasn't a motorcycle. It was a motorcycle accident, but it wasn't. It was caused from health issues. It wasn't caused from bad riding or bad driver or something. So meanwhile, he had his helmet out and he left his helmet kind of in the outside in a little shed near his place. And a bird made this beautiful nest right inside his helmet. And you can picture what the bird must have been like. This is the most cozy little nest for its little birdies. So it's a really cool picture. I gotta find it and repost it. If I find it, I'll put it on Instagram tonight or tomorrow when I find it. Let's see. Let's see. My Carter Pack Talk has no problem connecting with others, but it takes a minute to link up. Yeah. Heather says, it's enough of this gal to go around for sure. Canyon says, you're funny. His head shape is watermelon. funny. My son came home from school one day, and he was, like, very little, and he was crying, and he was like, "What's the matter?" He goes, I have an oval head, and everyone's making fun of because I have an oval head." I'm like, "What do you mean you have an oval head?" It's so funny the way, like, kids think about things. I think I have a square head. I have, like, a block head. I have, like, a SpongeBob head. Um, let's see. All right, Brian, easy does it. Let's keep it clean. Don says, I'm calling you Don. You haven't corrected me, so I'm going to continue to call you Don. We're close, right? Don says most comm systems are Bluetooth and limited to how many you can connect to, but Cardo's new DMC, is that a rap group? DMC? I'm not going to do that. Can we delete that? Can you delete that, Heather? Can you delete that last 10 seconds? Allows others to join in a daisy chain arrangement. That's cool. I never heard of that expression before, daisy chain arrangement. Heather retracted her own comment. Heather, I'm glad you're moderating yourself. I better not say that I might get her in trouble. I don't know. John says, yes, the HJC makes a great bird nest holder. John, if you can find the picture, can you text it to me again? 'Cause I love that picture. I know, yeah, I wouldn't be able to wear it. Yeah. My dog's playing with me. Come on, Frisbee, come on up. What are you chasing? Come here. Come say hi. Come. Frisbee! She like gets into your dogs do that. She gets in this like playful mode where she's like chasing. Come here. Sorry, Frisbee. I'm working it. All right. Sorry for the Frisbee interruption. She's so fun. There's nothing better than having a dog. It's the best. This is really close. We just see the baby squeaking. Yeah, I know. TJ McFly. Hi, Heather's got her own little fan group here. Everyone's like, "Hey, Heather, Heather, you need to start a YouTube channel. I'll moderate for you." I feel like this is supposed to be. Is the mic supposed to be up? No, I'm like this, or like this. Hello. Look, I got a limp mic. Ready? Watch. There you go. All right. Chuck says I was issued the cooling wrap when I was still in active duty. Oh, that's really cool. Thank you for your service, Chuck. That's awesome. My dad was in the Air Force. We got them for deployments to Afghanistan and Pakistan. Depending on the temperature, it lasts for about an hour. Yeah, they really. I know. None of them without like a cooling system, an actual compressor is going to last more than an hour. But that 1 hour, it's worth it. But it's a matter of how do you keep cool after the hour. Chris, check, those are definitely handy. I'm good. Everybody hates the sound of their own voice. I can't stand the sound of my voice. And when I like hear like a message being played back, or I watch one of my videos, I'm like, oh God! I'm like, how do people listen to that? But you do, so I keep talking. I keep making videos. Chuck says I moved to Florida last summer and used it often. I'm sure I will need the cooling wrap more. Chuck, did you mention what the name of the jacket is that you have, the cooling jacket? If you did, I missed it. If you could repost, I'd appreciate it. Heather says she was an Air Force brat too. Oh, that's neat. That must have been an interesting way to grow up too. Like interesting, good and bad, but like constantly traveling and meeting new people. And I think that'd be a cool way to grow up. So Sask Writer asks, is that an omnidirectional or a unidirectional mic? I don't know. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? There you go. I think it's omnidirectional. I bought it on Amazon. I swear every day I have an Amazon package coming in, and every time it comes in, I'm like, "Ooh, I wonder what's in the package." Like it's like Christmas every day. I'm like, "Oh, a package came for me." All right. Heather says, "What is the one accessory you want that you haven't gotten yet?" Well, that's a good question for everybody. That's an awesome question. What is the one accessory? This is a question from Heather, but let's just put it out there to the whole group. What is the one accessory you want you haven't gotten yet? Oh God, I don't know. I can't even know there's any accessory that I haven't gotten yet. God, I don't know. I don't know. That's a great question. I think some type of floorboards would be cool. I'm still working on that. Chuck says I stop, refill the tank, and rehydrate the wrap. Yeah. But what is the name of the Chuck that says? All right, Chuck. I'm still waiting for the name of that jacket. All right. Thanks, Heather. Heather said I have a great voice. You're just saying that. Oh, Sask says he loves his voice, but it was in radio for 25 years. That's cool. That is very cool. God, why are you guys looking at my kitchen? It's a mess. Don't look over there. Don't look over there. Don't look there either. Okay, here we go. Chuck says I'm looking for a custom wrap to make my rally look like an F-15. Any context? Yes, Chuck. Call up AMR Racing. And you can use my name and get 15% off. I think the coupon code is like, it's on my YouTube video of regarding, not Riker wraps, I'm sorry, AMR Racing is who I use and who I recommend. I've had my wrap on for a long time and it's never bubbled, it's never peeled, it's never come up. And that thing is amazing. And they will do custom wrap for you. My wrap's a custom wrap. Of course, it costs more to do custom wrap, but they're amazing. So I think my coupon code is for like 15% off, which is substantial because the wraps are kind of expensive. And in the video I have on my wrap, I show you how to do it as well. And it's very time consuming. You need to be very meticulous, which I'm sure you are. And but yeah, they will do anything you want. If you have a picture, like a logo or something you look on there, they're great. It's not as easy to put on. It's just time consuming, and it's like a lot of very, very detailed kind of work to put it on. But it's definitely doable. I know a few people have put it on themselves. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and skip. Oh yeah, Corbin seat. I would love a new seat. I would love a more comfortable seat as well. That's a really good one. Sask voice is heavenly. Now I want to hear a Sask voice. I want to hear Sask's voice. Now I'm like picturing it being like really cool and deep. I don't know. I'm assuming Sask was a man. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Chuck says, I was an Air Force brat, joined and retired of 24 years. Now he teaches JRTC at high school. I love it. That's awesome, Chuck. My son took that. JRTC, amazing program. I highly recommend that program to anybody. I want different rims, but I haven't found a set that will work for the vision I want for my bike. That is cool. The Corbin seat. So Chuck, Corbin seat. I interviewed him. Man, what a cool guy. He's awesome. And he actually donated a Corbin seat when I hit 10,000 subscribers. He donated a seat to my channel as a giveaway. Very, very cool guy. The thing you need to remember about any of these aftermarket seats like Corbin or Ultimate is it does raise you up a couple inches. I'm not sure the exact measurement, but it does raise you up higher than your actual seat. So keep that in mind because it's a little bit different when you're sitting on it. So be aware of that. Let's see. All right, Can-Am has an amazing question. If you could go back and give yourself advice for the first day you got your vehicle, what would that be? What would it be? My advice on that first day would be, why didn't you get it earlier? Why did you wait so long to get it? I think would be my. I don't know if that's the answer to the question, but that's a great question. Yeah, does anyone else have an answer for that one? If you could go back and give yourself advice on the first day you got your vehicle, what advice would it be? I actually got mine used, so mine wouldn't be like a dealership negotiation thing. I basically I stole mine, not literally, but there was a guy and he got his girlfriend pregnant. Not that funny, and he had to, his girlfriend made him get rid of his bike. He's like, no, there's no way. We have a baby coming. There's no way you're riding. You need to get rid of it. And he had 500 miles on it. It was a 2019. And I literally like grabbed it from him at $7,500. And I was like, crazy. It was a very good deal. It didn't have one accessory on it. It didn't have a max mount. It didn't have, like it barely had brakes. It was really, really bare bones. And so it was cool. So, but my advice would be just, why did I wait so long? Why did I wait so long to start this amazing journey of riding? It's like, it sounds so cheesy, but like why did I wait so long to be this happy? If I knew I was going to be this happy, I would have done this 10 years ago. I would have gotten a bike, or I would have gotten a Spider, or would have gotten whatever. So that would be my advice to myself is, that's a good question though. God, anybody else have a good answer? So John D says, Entro SYS has a motorcycle air conditioning system. Motorcycle air conditioning system. These are great notes. This is a great chat. I'm learning so much. ENTROSYS. Cool. Thank you, John. John, if you have my information. Can you send me a link to that? That'd be so cool. Riker Rides sent me a picture. There's enough. Who sent me a picture? Oh, John. Hold on. I didn't get a picture, John. I'm sorry. So if you, I don't know if you texted it to me or sent it someplace else, but I never got a picture. So Chuck says, I always love working with my Navy brothers and sisters. Great people. That's awesome. We've got a few military people on here. John from Riker Parking Only. He is retired military. There's quite a few people on here. He was in the Navy for 20 years as an aircraft electrician. So thank you, everybody. Like I'm so impressed by the people who served. So thank you so much. Seriously, it's awesome. So thank you very much. I did say Navy, right, John? Yeah. Everyone needs to go check out Sask Riker channel and his video posted this week. He's going to have a unique perspective since he's in Sask. Oh, that's so cool. God, I'm like so out of it. Please don't feel bad that I haven't checked out your channel because I honestly I don't watch any YouTube. I'm like constantly on here working on my stuff that I don't really get a chance, or I don't make time to do this. I need to. So yeah, go check out South Riker. I want to go check him out because I just want to hear his voice now. That's awesome. All right, so I got permission to call Donald Don. Excellent. So a daisy chain is like a relay race, bike to bike, from bike in front to the bikes behind. You can leave and rejoin. We have it, but none of our friends do, so we haven't used it yet. Cardo Pack Talk is like that is. Got it. Rolling on 3 says rap is work. Yeah, it's a lot of work. But so rewarding when it's done. It's like as if you have a brand new bike after it's done. It's so awesome. Chuck says, I tried to win the seat, but you can't win everything. I know. I wish I could win it. I was like, how about one for me? Sasquatch Can-Am says Sask's voice is very soothing. He was unrolling that. I cannot wait. I'm gonna put you in my ear tonight, and like hopefully it can help me relax before bed. Let's see. So Chuck says my advice would be to get the end links immediately. They really improve the ride. Absolutely, yeah. I think not better, but a different question would be, what accessory? What's your favorite accessory that you've had on your bike? Like, what accessory you put on your bike that has had the most impact on your riding, on your actual ride? For me, it's the Baharan sway bar. I think that has had like the most bang for my buck. Like instantly, like it's so hard to explain why that is, but it really just it's a cool ride. It just changes your ride a lot. So that's I think one of my favorite accessories. That and the one-up backrest from Can-Am. That's like that little tiny backrest, and it just gives me the lumbar support that I need for me. Like I just needed something. I couldn't without that. I wouldn't be able to ride. I think that is my most in terms of comfort. The one-up backrest is hands down my favorite accessory. I love it. All right, let's see. We've got Ken Cocaine on here. He says so many guys ride with women driving. So does anyone ride Um, do any women riders ride with their husbands or boyfriends on the back? That's a good question. A lot of men are like, no, I'm too macho for that. I'm not riding on the back. We'll call it backpack versus the other terminology for it because we're going to keep this PG. But yeah, does anyone ever ride backpack with the woman on the front and the guy on the back at the back seat? That's a good question. Um, a lot of men are like, no, you're going to chop off my manhood if I do that. I won't do it. And other men are like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. A chick riding a motorcycle is hot, so I'm good to go. All right. So Heather says that she's had her husband on the back of his own bike a few times. That's awesome. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess I've had quite a few guys in the back of my bike. Specifically when I had a spider for a couple weeks, and so I had a lot of guy friends who were like, "Yeah, take me for a ride," and threw a helmet on them, and they loved it. It's fun. It's a fun ride. I don't know why some guys are like, nah, they won't be part of it. But all right, all right. I think I missed something here. All right, so yeah, Chuck says get the end links immediately. Chuck says also don't listen to the naysayers, just enjoy it. Yeah, that's great advice. Oh, Don got his permit today. That's awesome. Congratulations. His question is footwear to use Riker suggestions. Um, Anything that covers your ankle. That's my suggestion. You don't have to, I use, I think it's Alpine Star is what I use. I have no affiliation to these products, but I just started using again after my friend John had his motorcycle accident. I changed. Oh, sorry. I changed my gear and I started wearing motorcycle gear. So I saw what happened to his foot. He was wearing like these slip-on kind of shoes, and it was not pretty what happened to his toes from his ride, his foot. So I saw that. I was like, no, that's not going to be me. I want to protect myself. So I wear motorcycle shoes, and the Alpine Stars that I have, I think that's what I have. I think they're Alpine Stars, but they are very comfortable, and they have a covering over the toe that's like it's armor for the toe. So if you scratch it, it'll be covered, and it has armor on the ankles as well. So if you fall, your ankles are protected by the armor that's in there. So I'm all about protecting yourself. So you can wear that, or if you just wear some kind of high top sneakers. I don't know if they even use that word anymore, but those like basketball type of sneakers that kind of come up over your ankles, something to protect your ankles. I always, when people ask me about gear and what to wear, think of the worst case scenario and how you want to protect yourself in that worst case scenario. Like I used to tell my son when he was little, he used to brush his teeth. I'd say only brush the teeth you want to keep. If you don't like your front teeth, don't brush them. So like only wear gear on the things that you want to keep that you like. So which makes you think, okay, I kind of like everything. So I wear better gloves now with armor on the knuckles. So wear what you feel safe and what you have to be comfortable during the ride. But you know, make sure you're wearing minimum. Make sure the closed toe shoes. Now you're gonna laugh. A lot of people in Florida ride around in flip flops. It blows my mind. Like, I hope they never have an accident. I hope a rock never hits them. I've been riding in old gloves I used to wear, just like basically super thin gloves because it's hot in Florida. And I had like a bug hit my knuckle while riding. My God, that stung. I mean, you're going or the speed limit, say 70 miles an hour, and the bug is coming at you, man, that's like a lot of force. So can you imagine that on your face or on your skin? So just, protect yourself. That's all. That's my advice. But you have to do what's comfortable for you. Let's see. Chuck says, Riker parking only. John, we call the avionic electricians pointy heads in the Air Force. Where do you get a pointy helmet? LOL. That's funny. So, John, in the Navy, are they called pointy heads? Are they called pointy heads because they're so smart? Is that why? Let's see. Can-Am says, Heather, not everyone is as awesome as you are. Aw, so much love for Heather. I think Heather should be an ambassador. Can we do that? Can we work on that? So Don says, first day advice was to ride it like a snowmobile and then stop trying to ride it like a two-wheeler. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's no comparison between the two. Took me 50 miles to figure that out. The next 200 miles ride home was real joy. I love it. That's interesting. John says Navy is AE for aviation everything. So Heather's comment is so sweet. It says, Can-Am, thank you, but I know everyone is much better than I am. I appreciate all the differences we have. It makes us all incredible individuals. Absolutely. I think my combo package of sling mod lights made me more visible. In the rear is my favorite accessory. I'm always at the rear of a group because they know I can be seen. Absolutely. That's another one of my favorite accessories is the fender lights from Sling Mods. That's all everyone talks about is how bright they are. I mean, come nighttime, I'm like a beacon down the road. Another one of my favorite accessories, I'm all about safety accessories. So if I'm listening accessories, it's usually safety comes first more than kind of looking good. But I have that brake helmet light. It goes on the back of your helmet, and it has an accelerometer in it, so it's completely independent of your bike. But when you slow down, it flashes. So it's just, I love it. It's like, in the car how you have that third brake light on your window. That's like what this is. So it allows you to kind of be seen, and that brake light is right at the eye level of the driver of the car behind you. That's one of my favorite newest features that I have, and it's just awesome. I have a whole video on it if you want to go check it out. And there's a coupon code to save money and all that kind of good stuff. So Can-Am on Road says, Heather, that's 100% true. The Can-Am fam is large and awesome. It is, man. We're a tight, nice community. I love our group. Chuck says, Joe Rocket Big Bang boots are comfortable, weatherproof, and do a great job protecting your feet and ankles while riding. Shorter boots, but they will protect. Awesome. John of Ryker Parking Only says, for me, he has a Facebook page called Ryker Parking Only, so you can join that as well. Says, for me, the wider handlebar, I forgot about that. That's right. Made an amazing difference. Makes turning the bike much easier. Learned the hard way on the tail of the dragon. Yeah. So Can-Am has, and I have a video on it as well. I think I have a video on everything. So Can-Am I have a video on it. So Can-Am sells a longer handlebar. And they don't really advertise that it's longer. I forget what it's called. John, you remember what the name of that handle cross style handlebar? I think it's called. I don't remember the name. And if you can remember the exact name of the handlebar, John, that would be helpful. But it's just a couple of inches. Maybe it's 2 inches longer on each side, maybe. But it allows you, instead of riding like this, it allows you to kind of have a wider stance. So around big turns, it makes turning much easier, especially if you're a big guy. Let's see. My favorite accessory is a cup holder. Long trips, enjoy staying hydrated. 100% on. I hear that. Yeah, I love my cup holder. My favorite addition is, and I also love my phone holder. I love the phone holder I'm using now is by Quad Lock. And again, no affiliation. I feel like I need to say that because I get excited about products and people are like, oh, she must be making money off of it. I don't care what you buy. I don't care if you buy anything from mine. I'm just kind of giving my personal opinion on it. But the reason why I like Quad Lock is it's the only one I know that does this. When you put it on, you wire it so that anytime I put my phone on the charger, on the holder on the bike, it charges my phone. So I can't tell you how many people I ride with are like, oh, I got to plug in my phone. The directions used on my thing. I'm like, oh, not me. I'm fully charged because the whole time I'm using it, it's charging. I love it. And the cords, and I have a whole video on how I put a little hole in the glove box, on the inside of the glove box. So I was able to snake it through and ran the cord. It's like seamless. It's a perfect, clean install. And I snake the cord through, like on the outside of the wire, and then through the glove box, and then plugged it into that USB port inside the glove box. And it's just awesome. I love that. That's one of my favorite accessories too. Let's see. So Heather's asking about where Don got his bottle holder from. I think mine was from Providence Spider. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the accessories on these things are outrageous. I think they charge, I want to say $50, $45 for the cup holder. It's like insane. But what's cool about it is it specifically is made to fit on the Riker, and it's designed that way. So you pay extra for that. So it keeps it off of the handlebars. I like as little stuff on the handlebars as possible. On the handlebars. I'm getting tired and my Rhode Island is coming out on the bars. So yeah, so it's a great purchase. I've never had an issue with it. It works really well. All right, so Ken M says, Don, that's great advice. We'd add take your take to get to know your vehicle. Take your time to get to know your vehicle. Yeah. Learning is tenacious in quirks and has quirks. It has its own personality. Absolutely. Windshield is a must. Oh, yeah, that's another great. All the accessories are great. The windshield's a great accessory. Windshield's a must for day trips to keep road debris off your face. And with the new Canyon windshield, the big one, it really keeps the wind buffering off. It makes a huge difference when you're riding. Rolling on 3 says, always wear your full motorcycle gear. Safety first. Dress for the slide, not for the ride. 100%. South Ryder says, Blundstone boots are awesome. This is great. I love when people are sharing ideas and sharing what they use and that they like. So thank you, South Riker. Riker Parking Only says, take a look at the Entroyus cooling system. I think someone told me that. The Entroyus cooling system. Wow, that is like carrying a window AC unit behind you with a special jacket. Take a look at it. I'm going to look at it, though, because I don't care. I'll carry an AC unit. I mean, literally, I will I will devise a rack to hold a cooling system to hold it if it keeps me cool while riding. So I would definitely take a look at that. That's the only way it can stay cool. Any other system, unless it has some kind of compressor system, there's no way of it keeping cool for more than a half hour. So I would definitely take a look at that. So Heather's question, that's a cool question, Heather. How many of us on here have been on gravel roads with their Riker and Spider, even though you don't have a rally? Pfft, all the time. I'm like always off-roading. Off-roading. I use that term loosely, but yeah, I'm on gravel roads all the time. I get into some weird. I like to get into weird spots for the picture. So if it means getting up on some gravel road or dirt roads and for a picture, I'll ride on anything. But spiders are different because they have the belts, and you really have to be a lot more careful in those situations because you don't want a rock or something getting in between the belts and the gear. So. But yeah, I definitely have. That's a cool question. How about you, Heather? Have you done that? Yeah, I played around one time. I was on like a really dirt road and it was fun, and no one was around, completely safe, controlled environment. But you take it up the speed a little bit and then slam on the brakes and you're skidding and making dust, and that's fun. It's all good stuff. Um, Don says, up here in the Great White North, our winter motorcycles, snowmobiles keep us from going crazy watching you folks in Florida riding. Oh, that's cool. Don, have you ever taken your Riker out in the snow? I love watching people riding their bikes in the snow. I would love to see. I would love a picture of my bike in the snow. Just not in the snow, but a little dusting. I think that'd be cool. Um, let's see. I don't think I have enough public presence to be an ambassador. I don't know. You can just put it out there. Obviously, you have enough people that love you. I think that's all it takes. But yeah, you got to be able to kind of get out there and post, and maybe you're right. I don't know. So John D says hydration with a camel pack. Yeah, I do have a camel pack. Absolutely. Which is kind of cool because you can just, instead of me doing that, trying to get a drink at a stoplight, I can just use a camel pack and kind of have it. I could have it in my helmet, and it's a good idea. I don't love camel packs. It's no matter how much I clean it, always tastes plasticky, or I'm worried the tube isn't clean. I always feel like they're not quite clean. So Chuck says, so Chuck and John are having from Michael Parker only having they're having a cool Navy, Army, or military conversation sidebar. So that's cool. Wendy says 2 times in one day. It's a good day. You're talking about, are you referring to my YouTube mishaps? Chuck says, I have to go. This has been great connecting with the Riker community. Thanks for doing this, Beth. Always insightful. My pleasure, Chuck. I'm about to hang up too. We're 2 hours. I've got a very early ride tomorrow. So I'm going to be hanging up in a minute too. But thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate it. These chats go long. I think Keith holds the record. I think Keith has had some that have gone like 4 hours, 5 hours. I start to get tired. Good night, Chuck. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, John, for texting me the that information. I appreciate it. Purple on 3. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I think you're just signing on. I don't remember seeing your name earlier. If so, I apologize for not saying hi. I love your name, Purple on 3. That's so cool. If my bike didn't have the blue tones, it would have been purple. I love purple. So Don says, you may not know this, but we are considering buying a Ski-Doo snowmobile. The dash is the same as it is on my RT. Other BRP sleds share the same dash from the Riker and taillights. Yeah, they're all Kenyan's not stupid. I mean, they why not make a part and use it on everything? Yeah. I did notice that there's yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but it's smart on their part to kind of, commingle the the stuff. Why not? It's good. I guess it's good business. At least you know how to. If you know how to use it on one, you're certainly gonna know how to use it on your Sea-Doo. My long driveway is gravel. Um, yeah, purple on 3. Do you have? Yeah, you have a Riker. The Riker does fine on gravel, but yeah, you go slow, so you don't want the pebbles coming up and the gravel coming up and hitting your bike. Um, Purple on 3. Do you have a halo skid plate or some kind of skid plate underneath it to protect the under part of your bike? It's probably a good idea if you're buying a lot on gravel, because I'd rather scratch up the halo skid plate versus your own bike. So Don says, no, the Riker is my wife's bike. She wouldn't let me ride it in the snow. Should I buy one of my own? Of course. I'm going to say no. I think couples that ride together stay together. That's my motto. Like, because if you ride together, you have so much excitement and talking about the ride, talking about your adventures. It's nice if you have someone that you can share the experience with, that you can go out and the camaraderie amongst bikers is just awesome. Like I don't think I've ever met a fellow biker, especially another Can-Am rider, that I'm just like, you're like instantly, it's like a brotherhood, it's sisterhood. It's really feels like family. It's awesome. Can-Am, I'm shocked that you're still on. That's awesome. Thank you so much for stepping away from Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. All kidding aside, thank you so much, Can-Am, for jumping on here. It's always nice to have your support when I go live. It's great. So thank you. Let's see. All right. I know. I think of Prince too. I miss Prince. I had a lot of good ones pass away this recently. I cried when Betty White died. I love her. She is my inspiration. I want to be Betty White when I'm her age. Like, I want to be Betty White at my age. Like, she's fun, she's spunky, she's witty, she's smart. Like, she loves animals. Betty White's my hero. Rest in peace, Betty White. Thank you, Can-Am. Thank you so much for joining. I know you're about to hang off. We are all about to hang off. Hang off. What does that even mean? Hang up. So yeah, don't forget February 8th. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, everyone. Turn in February 8th to Keith's podcast, Rolling on 3. He's on Instagram. He's on YouTube. And but check him out on YouTube. And we're going to go live, and it will be fun. And Heather, mark your calendar, because we're going to need you to moderate, because it's going to be crazy. So it'll be good. We're going to be talking about the craziest videos we've done and their repercussions of having made those videos. I know exactly which one I'm going to talk about, because some videos are better than others. Some videos get crazy feedback that you wouldn't expect. Yeah, it was a video the feedback was so negative about this one particular video that I almost pulled the video. but that's just a teaser. Because if you want to know more, stay tuned for February 8th with myself and Keith. It'll be fun. Calling it. All right, thank you, Sask Riker. Check out his channel as well. So I can't wait. As soon as I hang up, I'm going to get on Sask Riker and check out his soothing voice. And now I'm like dying to check him out. Purple on 3, Beth. Riding plans this year. So yeah, real quick. I did already answer that, but I'd be happy to answer again. I'm actually going to be in New Orleans the beginning of February for a week. We're riding out there. And then I don't know of any other big rides other than that until the summer. In July, there's a bunch of us riding from South Florida to Deadwood, South Dakota. I have never been in that part of the country. I am crazy. That's like all I can think about is that ride. I'm crazy excited about that ride. It is going to be awesome. Beautiful. We're going to see Mount Rushmore. It's going to be the coolest ride ever. So, and I'm going to try to go live every day of that ride and kind of give you an update of what's going on and local scenery. And I'll be posting tons of pictures on Instagram. I'm crazy, crazy excited. So anyone that lives in that part of the country, yeah, come join us on our ride for part of it. And maybe I'll actually map out the ride. And if anyone's like in different states along the way that want to jump on and ride for an hour with us or something, that would be so cool. Oh, that'd be awesome. So, but other than that, yeah, I ride every day somewhere. I ride every day. I'm riding tomorrow morning. I got to be up and out in a few hours, not a few hours, but 10 hours from now. And that's it. Heather, thank you so much for moderating. You're awesome. Thank you so much. And Keith, thanks for hanging on. Usually you kind of jump on and off, but I appreciate you staying on. And of course, go check out his channel if you haven't heard of him. Keith from Rolling on 3. He does amazing interviews, so please check him out. And if there's anyone that I missed that has a channel, Sask Riker, if there's anybody else that has a channel or something that now is your time at the very end to give a shout out, to promote yourself. I'm very big on helping out other people. So if you have something you want to say or shout out or you're something you want to promote, here is your opportunity to do it because I'm getting ready to sign off. And thank you all for joining. And I just love this community. I'm so happy I was able to get my microphone working. So now that I have got it figured out, you'll see more of me on live. So thank you for your patience with all that craziness. But thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend. Ride safe if you're riding. And if you're not, stay warm. And summer's just around the corner, I promise. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.